Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Perfect Tides Station to Station. Thank you, Stripe PR, for the code. We have made it to fall, and we're with Daniel now. He's off to get our groceries, so maybe we should go help Daniel. Let's go help Daniel. There's no reason to go outside right now. You're in the middle of breakfast, and Daniel's about to come back in. Okay. Let's ask her about Daniel. What's up? You clearly want to say something about Daniel. What do you mean? Just say it, Mom. You know I like Daniel. Even when you were in high school, I liked him. Uh-huh. Mom pauses, dropping the momentum of this thread. She appears to want to start over. Your father would have liked him too. He's a lovely young man. Okay. You did not expect this. In your 20 months with Adam, Mom never volunteered such an opinion. Man, she has never used that word to describe any of your paramours. Does she really mean it? I'm not saying you should never be involved with him, but here we go. You just got out of a relationship, a very long one. Mom. Well, immediately you're in another one with the first guy who looks your way. Come on, this isn't fair. Am I supposed to turn down opportunities for love just because they keep coming in rapid, blinding succession? And Daniel isn't the first guy who looked my way. I'll have you know I turned down someone else. Who? Theo? He's Jewish, right? Mom's mournful resignation suggests an endless wave of disappointment from a yearning that can never be fulfilled. Yeah, he's Jewish. That's where his list of qualities end. No good, huh? We went out one time, and it was a disaster. No way. What happened? He's not my boyfriend, Mom. I'd rather not go over the details. Fine. Daniel and I are more spiritually similar, anyway. Yes, I know you're both atheistic. It's more than that, Mom. We know each other. We make each other laugh. That's important, sure. Have you been involved? Physically? Oh, God. What do you think, Mom? I'm not a virgin anymore, so what? You've known me for all 19 years of my life. 18. I'm 18 for like another month. 6 weeks. Mom! Can we agree that even if I lived a completely dutiful, virtuous life, that eventually, inevitably, I would be having sex with someone? And the fact that I'm with someone who encourages my work, who respects me, who I love, is basically a parent's dream come true? You're right. I do want that for you. You relish the victory of Mom's concession, but soon you realize just how much you've offered. By the parameters you've laid out, Adam was your parents' nightmare. I've given this a lot of thought, Mom. I'm being cautious. I know. He's good for me. He is. And you really do love him. Why would I say that if it wasn't true? Yes, I really do. Got him. Ah, you're a munch. I'm so strong. Nah. Those bags are what, like 5 pounds each? You can leave them right there. What are you two up to today? We're going to Belta this afternoon, visiting the old high school. Oh? I was asked to speak to a class, tell them what college is like? How nice. Are you speaking to Daniel? Nope. Just cheering her on. I won't heckle, at least. And we're going to Perfect Tides after. Really? Yeah, never seen it before. Or were you always in Belta? All my life, so I'm looking forward to seeing a nice place for once. Well, the island is lovely this time of year. It's been a while since I've gone back. The last time might have been... Oh my goodness, have I been back at all? Maybe not since the move? I can't believe it. I haven't. You can meet up with us if you want. Oh, well... No, I'd be in the way. Nah, not at all. I can't just yet. Too many memories. You two have fun. Have fun today, you two. Can I not talk to Daniel about your plans for the morning before settling in at the computer? I guess we've got the morning free, huh? What should we do? I should write some more. I've got some more writing to do if that's okay. Sure, I can work on my laptop while you do that. You love working alongside Daniel. Until recently, it was rare to share your workspace with another writer. Good company aside, it's helpful to have another pair of eyes for your work. Daniel's a particularly thoughtful editor who really gets your intent. Alright, let's get to it. Yay, I can read. I still have the library book. Interesting. Do you want to read Mark's now? Eh. Please kill me. We'll read that. Or do I want to read the library book? Cancel. Let's read The Stranger, yeah. So I was expecting to have the library book. The Stranger, a short and tidy book, begins with the funeral of an old woman in the French-Algerian countryside, which is over so quickly that even Mersault, narrator and son of the deceased, stumbles to recount it. You wonder if you should continue. The memory of your own father's funeral is also strangely eclipsed by small, in-the-moment preoccupations that made you wonder if you knew how to feel. You decide to read on. To your temporary relief, the book veers into Mersault's romantic entanglement, changes at work, and inadvisable, crime-addled friendships. These factors culminate in the murder of a nameless Arab man and Mersault's arrest. It is here that he finds himself on trial, not for the life he has taken, but for the apparent lack of remorse. Astonishingly, it is the fact that he does not cry at his mother's funeral that clinches the case against him. He ascends to death, as his ailing mother was, as we all are, and sees that there is nothing left but to embrace his remaining moments in an uncaring world. The story leaves you dumbstruck. Never before have you looked at death, such familiar death, through the lens of total absurdity. Alright, that's that. How's it going? Fine. I think I'm gonna handle while I'm writing. Cool, let me know if you want me to look at anything. Okay, thanks. Now that thing was due in the fall, right? Email. Gallery opening. It's from Rosetta. She's reminding everyone about her upcoming gallery show. The venue looks like the sort of place Edith Wharton might have gone to see Richard Hell and the Voidoids. Dress code is formal, a fact about which Rosetta is somewhat apologetic. The opening is in 2 days. Okay. Barbecue tomorrow. Andrews invited you and Daniel to a backyard cookout north of the city. In this email, he provides directions. You hope there will be something to eat other than hamburgers, but other than that, you're excited and deeply humbled to be invited. The cookout is tomorrow. Okay, so that's like our next 2 days, I guess? Messages. You told Daniel work that you probably shouldn't get into any conversations right now. Oh, literary journal, literally due today. Okay. I should really probably work on that then. Well, music is like... If I need to submit to a literary journal pattern, you best give him your certified best. Music is that... Do I want to do music in the city again? Maybe. Primary topic is music, secondary is the city. Is this what you want? Right. Yeah, so this was actually just due today, so I should probably get that done. I was gonna work on the story, but Hey Daniel? Yo, can you take a look at this? Sure. Huh. This line here. Is it unclear? Just a little if you swap these lines. Yeah, I see it, okay. Here too. Maybe just reword this. Oh yeah, okay. Few typos in this last paragraph. Shit. Yeah, otherwise it seems good. Yeah? Finish it up so we can get on with our day. Right, thanks, Daniel. I'm sure you'll find a way to thank me. You feel good about it now. You have drawn from some of your strongest topics, and thanks to Daniel, it's coming across clearly. Send. You email your submission along with a brief and reverent cover letter to the editor of Pattern. You're not going to let your expectations get out of hand. It's an honor to have been asked, and you'll be satisfied with any result. Right? Messages. Internet? You won't time to browse anymore, you better get going with Daniel. Okay. No emails. Alright, so... Nothing. Death. See if there's anything new that comes up for these. I ran across an unsettling story the other day, and you decided to read about it further now. From what you've already gathered, a 21-year-old man died by drug overdose while chatting on IRC, but the details which you uncover by reading directly from the chat log are even more screwed up. The man was in fact filming himself on webcam during the whole ordeal. As chatters watched him ingest what they knew to be lethal doses of Clonopin, Methadone, Vicodin, and Restoril, they goaded him on further. Before he lost consciousness, he sent to the chat his already infamous words, "I told you I was hardcore." My chat flipped out but failed to take action. He was found by his mother the next day. You don't know what to make of this. You yourself have delayed in the spectacle of online meltdowns. You've pulled up a front row seat. You're suddenly clawing to find the innocence in those moments, but no relief comes. It's as if you're in that chat room right now, hooting and watching him fade. Let's move on. Drugs. You only seek out drug-related information online anymore. Since you began dating Daniel, we just become accessible and almost boring to ponder. Still, a well-placed image macro such as a drawing of an alien smoking weed with the caption, "I know why they're here," can still get a lull out of you. Sex. Since the summer, your search history is increasingly filled with questions about sex. You flinch at this reminder. You nurse an impulsive curiosity for what is normal and acceptable in heterosexual relationships. Driven by this, you found much to reflect on from your time with Adam. Though less common, there are also things you beg the internet to know about your current relationship. Here, answers are harder to find. At any rate, you're not alone enough to look at any of this now. You clear your browser history and move on. Music. You have started seeking out music on Terrible Talk's Fuck Your Music subforum. Although it lacks the professionalism of your once favorite Blowtorch blog, the regulars on TT are incredibly good at aggregating fresh releases. The crowd also helps to filter out mediocre albums that otherwise might have interested you. As a result, you waste much less time looking for good music. Anarchism. Increasingly, Terrible Talk's Politican Tonight is your main source for anarchist-related discussion. Of course, by necessity, these discussions include an endless stream of contrarianism from anarcho-skeptics who would rather live in a giant Walmart than a free society. You spend at least as much time shutting them down as you do imagining a better world with like-minded individuals. But truthfully, the latter is not as thrilling as it used to be. Movies. Lately, you've amassed a bookmark collection of film news sites and blogs. You check on box office numbers, production rumors, and director interviews almost daily. It's just so much fun to discuss these things with Daniel to the point where you're able to ignore the shame of your own ignorance. You would like to learn as much as possible and meet Daniel on his level, but in your intimacy, it sometimes feels as if his encyclopedic knowledge is already your own. The city. Just empty box. Okay. All set? Almost. Just a minute. Anything in my room? Another book. It's Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth. Timothy left this book for you. He's always been more plugged into history and foreign affairs than you. While discussing these topics over the summer, you quickly found yourself overwhelmed. Timothy admired your passion and was surprisingly encouraging. He suggested you read something a bit more humanistic to round out your knowledge. Add it to your collection? Sure. I feel like I should have. There was one in the summer, wasn't there? Probably. Oops. Too late now. It's fine. Yep. I think so. Great. Should we catch the train then? Yep. You're still full from breakfast. You don't need anything from the deli right now. Fine. Ready to get on the train when you are. Hey, this is familiar. Well, we're here in plenty of time. Yeah, this is great, though I'm still a little nervous. About what? You'll be fine. I probably should have written something out in advance, just to practice. It's not that kind of thing, Mara. You can't write everything you want to say in advance. Can't I? We got a few minutes. Are you hungry yet? After that bagel, I'll never be hungry again. Let's get a drink. I want to say hi to Sabrina and Joe. Who? You know, at the stationery store. Damn, you know their names. Probably spent more time in there than actually at school, so yeah? Alright, let's go. You haven't set foot through this door since your family left Perfect Tides. Even before that, the shop was too sad a reminder of your dearly departed cat, Sugar. Besides, Sunshine's bird feed, vitamins, and cuddle bones are now sourced miraculously from the internet. Looks like a new store is open. To your disappointment, it's just a generic nail salon. Back when you were dating Adam, you might have dropped in for a lip and eyebrow waxing. You were always trying to look your best right before a long-awaited visit. But it's been a while since you troubled yourself with that. Daniel does not seem to care about the encroaching fibers of your face, and the growth is nothing shocking on a daily basis. Gongming is unchanged since you last saw it and continues to be closed during school hours. Now that you've spent some time in the city, you realize that eating Chinese food on Christmas is not particularly novel, let alone unique to Asian and Jewish families. Everyone's getting in on the game these days. Is that who I think it is? What's up, Baron? Now that you're old enough to browse issues of Hustler, Jugs, Playboy, and Swank, the scandal of doing so is all but vanished. You're dismayed to find that most candies by the front counter have gone up in price. Warheads now cost 25 cents! An astonishing 500% markup! Not much about these shelves has changed. In fact, you're pretty sure some of these items were already old when you were in high school. You do not trust any of these ice-encrusted delicacies to be less than 5 years old. Not even Dippin' Dots, purportedly the ice cream of the future. Aaron James was in your graduating year at high school. You interacted with him very little during that time. Yeah, Davis is your boyfriend. You've been together since the summer. The idea of dating Daniel began as an itch in the back of your mind, but when push came to shove and he was suddenly intimately yours, it's hard to remember feeling another way. The transition from years-long friendship has not always been smooth or direct, but that is the paltry cost of newfound love. Remember Aaron from school? You once sat behind him in a nauseatingly boring geography class. He would pass the latest worksheet back, his eyes wearily glancing past you before returning to his slumber. You once made him laugh really loud with your impression of Spyro the Dragon at a party where you were otherwise unwelcome. Daniel and Aaron were part of a small handful of black students in your graduating class. Of this group, they were the only boys. Aaron played football and lacrosse, ran with a lofty crowd, but that kind of status never meant much to Daniel. He knew everyone. He could decode any signal, tap into any interest. As the clerk of the school store desk, the variety of kids with which he comfortably engaged was staggering. You've never heard a bad bit of gossip about Daniel either. People liked him. You know Mara, right? Nice to meet you. Hey. You don't remember her? Am I supposed to? She was in our year. Come on. Oh yeah, maybe I'm sorry about that. No big deal. It was a big school and I tried not to be noticed. So you're back in the city, checking out the old scene. Just here for Mara's thing. I'm doing a talk at the school. So now you're trying to be noticed. Well, I was invited. So, how do you like working for Jill and Sabrina? The owners? Oh yeah, it's not them anymore. New management. Really? What happened? It all happened before I came in. You realize with miserable guilt that you had an outstanding tab with Joe and Sabrina. There are at least 3 sandwich drink combos you had in senior year, without paying. Okay. Slightly distracted. Did you want to buy something? Oh, never mind. I have to get over to the school. Cool. Superstar. Will I see you there, Daniel? I'm just gonna be here a few minutes. Okay? Sure, that's fine. In truth, you were hoping Daniel would accompany you into the school, but you can't begrudge him some time with an old classmate. Besides, it might be embarrassing to Daniel if you pulled him away so quickly. You don't want to be that kind of girlfriend. Yeah, it's cool. See you soon. Ooh, see you soon. Peace. Nice meeting you. Catch up with you soon. The story conjures unpleasant memories of its back alley where Justin McLaren tried to hook up with you the summer before 11th grade. You've never mentioned the story to Daniel, but you're trying to recount to Lily in the spring. It embarrasses you even more. As a senior flush with minimum wage cash, you'd often buy a bottle of Beppes from this machine at lunchtime. Those were your baller years. Go to the school. Can't look at any of them. In school, built a high for 6 years. You spent each day in a slow motion countdown to graduation. Seems impossible that you're not only on the outside looking back in, but that a year of college has already zipped by. Ah, new garbage can, nice. So surprise, you're still not interested in any of the extracurricular bullshit. Actually, a couple of these clubs sound like fun. Maybe you shouldn't have rejected it all out of hand back then. You might have even made a friend. Or more likely, you would have felt out of place and bailed after the first meeting. Alright. You used to remember the histories of these lockers in excruciating detail. Now they all blend together, cycled out to students whose lives have never intersected with your own. Every sound, smell, and stomach-churning embarrassment of your high school career is cheerlessly emblazoned in these halls. This place is smaller than you remember. You hoped it might be. If you could do it all over again, would it be any different? Starting in 10th grade, Daniel tended the school store booth. It's where you began talking to him. According to Daniel, his parents insisted he work here to bolster his college application. Although he claimed the job was easy, it left no free time in his day. He often looked sleep-deprived and irritable. In hindsight, with Daniel so focused on the creative education, it's hard to say how much of an impact this position had. Much like high school at large, he probably considers a waste of his time. But if it led to the two of you meeting and eventually dating, it's pretty cool, right? Let's just go in. Hey, at least a pencil's finally picked up. Wow, your speaking event is written on the board. You suddenly feel very important. Mara, you made it! Hi, Mrs. Duffy. It's good to see you, dear. You're so much taller now. Think so? I haven't charted any growth since last year. Well, mark my words, you're a giant from where the students are standing. If you say so. Hi, Mara. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Benny. Hey! You have to remind yourself that Ashley Steinman is just a former classmate to you now. Her status as a popular girl and your occasional tormentor does not pass the bounds of your graduating year. You didn't exchange many words with Vinnie Corelli at school, but ever present was the sense that you had no right to speak to him. Well, since everyone's here, let's get started. Alright, hello to all my students, and I'm happy to see a lot of unfamiliar faces too. These talks can be extremely helpful in preparing for college. Our guests can offer valuable insight in the transition from high school. Now there isn't much time, so I'll pass things right over to our student council president, Stacy. Stacy? She's everywhere. At least for a change, this is a place you'd expect to find her. Dressed down in varsity clothes and grasping at her notes, you're surprised at how innocuous her presence can be. It's actually kind of sweet. Thank you, Mrs. Duffy, and everyone, thank you for coming. And now I'm as excited as any of you to start today's Q&A. But before we begin, I just want to remind everyone that votes for the prom theme are due by the end of this week. This is basically the last big event we'll get to do before graduation, so it's important. Let's make it count, okay? Without further ado, let's meet our alumni guests. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves? Sure, I'm Ashley Steinman, 2002 alumni. I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in sociology at St. James. Currently, I have a paid internship at Mount Gerizim Health Systems, at least until the end of the year. Oh, and I'm pledged at Alpha Chi Omega. Awesome, thank you, Ashley. And Mara? Hey, I'm Mara Whitefish. I graduated with these guys, but well, I guess what I'm doing is a little different. I'm pursuing a creative career as a writer. So, what school do you go to? Alright, I go to Sucks. My dad went there. Cool, what's he do for a living? Nothing creative, he's a respiratory therapist. Ah, you mean he does terminal extubations? Yeah, sometimes. That's when you pull the breathing tube out of someone's throat and let them die, right? I could never do that, but I guess someone has to, so more power to your dad. Hey, I'm Vinnie Corelli, 2002 alum. I'm a Stone Creek with a major in hospitality management. They're really showing me the ropes. I just completed my first on-the-job training program. I have another lined up for the winter. Wow, already getting your hands dirty, that's great. Yeah, and I get a shitload of free steak. Do we have questions? What's the Greek life like on campus? I guess that's for me. I mean, there's a lot of it. You won't have any trouble if that's what you're looking for. That was definitely part of my motivation to go there, and I'm not disappointed. You have to get pretty involved in campus activity, of course, but you probably know that if you're asking. Yeah, cool. Thanks. What do you have to submit to get into the writing program? Me? Yeah. Right. By the time I applied, I've been writing for a long time, so I had a lot of samples to choose from. Not that my high school writing was great or anything, but it showed I was serious. Admissions aren't really the hard part with creative stuff, you know? If you spend time developing your writing, finding your own style. How do you do that? Sounds like a lot of work. I guess so. But if that doesn't seem fun, you probably shouldn't go to school for writing. You have to already be a writer? Why go with all of them? Huh? If you're already a writer, why are you going to school? Please don't misunderstand. This isn't a rhetorical question or anything. I'm sure it's been worth it to you, Mara. Your standards are so high and school is so expensive after all. Right. Your eyes shoot desperately around the room. What are you supposed to say? Although you know he's not here, you find yourself searching for Daniel. I think what Ashley's asking, Mara, is if there's any particular area where school has affected your viewpoint or expanded your knowledge. Yeah, that's what I mean. Right, of course. Okay, Mara, take it easy. Ashley's not just making your life look like a total waste in front of a classroom of seniors. It's a legitimate question. In a year's time, what subject has really come alive for you at school? Music. Oddly enough, my appreciation for music has really fed my writing. At school, I'm exposed to all this new and obscure music, and there are so many live shows in the city. The last one I went to is basically life-changing. You really expected Daniel to be here. His presence would do wonders to validate your claims. Immediately you start to doubt them. Lots to think about. Thanks, Mara. Now, real quick, I have a few general purpose questions for all of you. Daniel said he'd leave the store after a few minutes. That was a long time ago. He wanted to watch the talk. He would have come over by now, right? And you, Mara? Any tips for meals on a student budget? Forget to eat, be a mooch. It's simple, really. If anyone offers to buy you a meal, take it. How often does that happen? Well, maybe once a week or so. Not enough to live, but if you're smart, you can stretch out a box of leftovers for a few meals. You were sure the students would laugh at this. Instead, their expressions ranged from concern to disgust. Or, you know, just work at those free steak places with a Vinny. Okay, next question. So Daniel's just not coming then. You don't understand. Why would he not come at all? Is he mad about something? Did you say something wrong this morning? Must be something else. Okay, well, maybe there's a good reason he couldn't make it. What if something bad happened? What if... No. Don't do this, not now. You're stronger than that. Daniel is fine. He's fine. He simply doesn't respect you, that's all. God damn it, Daniel, you don't have to lie. You don't have to take what I do seriously. I know it, it's fine. I have trouble doing so myself. But then, why act like you do? Why would you compliment my writing and offer false hope? Just tell me the truth, the work sucks. I have no advice to offer, and I'm going into major debt for a pointless degree. Not that you know anything about debt. You don't even need to work. Okay, so scholarships. Anyone have one? I do. Same. Wow, well done. Not a full one, but it helps. I'm sure. And is that contingent on anything? I need to maintain a 3.5 GPA. Yeah, same for me. How's that been so far? Not a problem. I made the dean's list all of it last year. Yeah, it's been easy. You'd really have to, like, you know, completely screw off from work. You'd have to be trying to fail. Exactly. And your school and area of study are your choice, so why would you do that? You and Ashley exchanged a quiet laugh. It seems you've landed on common ground. You are a good student, after all. But what does it matter? Ashley's grades actually reflect her ability. She's studying and applying facts, after all. What do grades even matter in the creative field? Just because you turn in your assignments doesn't mean you're any good. Come on, Daniel. Where are you? I find it difficult to concentrate for the rest of the discussion. There is no sign of Daniel. By the time Duffy's class wraps up, you're certain you haven't contributed a single word of value. Feels as if you owe her an apology. Thanks for coming. That talk went great. Really? I felt like I wasn't being very hopeful. Trust me, that's exactly what the students need right now. What happened with Daniel? I thought he was coming. Me too. I'm not sure where he went. Sometimes it's perplexing returning to an old place like this. Yeah, tell me about it, especially when your boyfriend's being weird. I better go look for him. Good luck with the school year. Come say hi anytime. Thanks, Mrs. Duffy. Good to see you. Alright. Joyce shares the days you spend in the lab developing film, enlarging negatives into prints, and crying in relative privacy. No one's here. Expected to at least find Daniel waiting by the school, but there's no sign of him. What's going on? Into where we last saw him? Hey, are you done? Already done? Yeah. How'd it go? Not very good. Not great. Really? What happened? Well, nothing happened, but, aren't you gonna come? Didn't you say you would come? Huh? To the talk? Oh. Well, you said it was fine if I hung back, so... When did I say that? I asked you if that was alright, and you said yes. Anyway, I was catching up with Aaron, and some more people came, so... Cool. I'll have fun with that. What? What is this? You said you'd be there! And you weren't. And you didn't even care. I didn't think it mattered. You said it was fine either way. You didn't want to go. Anyway, so good for you, I guess. You even hear half the things I say? Or just the things you want to? You're right that I didn't want to go. Is it too much of a drag to hear me speak? No, it's... Were you embarrassed to walk into school with me? No. Do I look bloated from all the carbs? Holy shit, Mara, it's not you! I didn't want to be here at all. I came because we've got this day planned out. I would never come here on my own. High school was hell. I've got too many shit memories of this place. That's why I didn't go in. Fine, my mistake. Please go back in there to your hell! You think I didn't suffer? Well, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. I was nothing here, dude. I was dirt. I promise I can think of a few ways you were lucky. Yeah, but... But what? Maybe I'm lucky in some ways, but if you knew what I... Oh, please! Why don't you try being black in this town? There's no way for me to do that, so... That's good, because your head would explode if people treated you like me. You couldn't take 5 seconds of it. I don't think I'd explode if I was black for 5 seconds. Jesus, Mara, that's not the point. And knock it off with the biggest loser in high school crap. You had plenty of friends. That's only... It's true that after years of loneliness, you had an active social life in senior year with a tight group of friends. It's until Adam made you choose between him and them right before prom. Daniel, you don't... Daniel's face is guarded. It's the kind of look you haven't seen since the early days of your acquaintance. Your impulse is to be sweet and self-deprecating, to bring out the softest part in him, as you always did. That won't work anymore. It's not all funny like it was in the midst of those troubled years. You are now responsible for each other in ways that would have once seemed unbearably corny. There are things about Daniel you do not know, and he doesn't know much about you. It hurts me to come back too. You're not the only one. I counted the days till I could move away from here. I know, I did too. Why are we here? Do you have something to prove to the sprawl of pigs and racists? No. I don't know. You only ever wanted to emerge victorious from this place. Instead, you are wounded and withered. Mara. Can we not be enemies? I don't want to be enemies. You don't want to be enemies, but you're not ready to stop fighting. You're not convinced Daniel has heard what you said. He just doesn't want to be seen arguing. He's embarrassed by you. After all these years, he still stands out of reach, looking down at your dullness. Do you want to go back in and say hi to everyone? No, those are your friends. You're my girlfriend, so you're their friend too. And if they try to pretend like they don't know you, I'll kick their asses. Huh. Would have given anything to have Daniel as an advocate during high school. It's nice that he cares, even retroactively. But that he seemingly finds it all so simple is distressing to you. Your status was so low in those years. What choice did you have but to hide? The ferry leaves soon. Oh, right. Well, let me say bye then. I'll be right back. Okay. Are you really taking the ferry with Daniel? Are you going to Perfect Tides? No, you can't bear the thought of Daniel looking scornfully at the island or otherwise hiding such judgment from you. And could you blame him if he did? It's you who've been looking looking back and idealistically hoping to unearth gems from a stinking bog. Maybe it's all a painted fairy tale, none of it worth revisiting. Okay, where is he? How many people does he have to say goodbye to in there? I'm at 6. It takes what, 10 seconds per person? He's trying to miss the ferry. Ruin a day on its own terms. As if you want to take him there. Alright, we going? Mara? I don't know. I don't know if we should. But why not? You don't want to go. You don't actually want to go, so why should we? I do want to go. Why do you think I don't? Because you didn't want to go here, and I only found out after the fact, so... Gotta be kidding. You want to blow up the whole day and blame it on me. You blew up this day, and you want to blame me for blaming it on you. What? You heard me? This isn't what you think it is, dude. Don't say dude. I didn't want this either, Daniel Davis of East Belta. I'm sick of talking to a wall. I'm sick of reaching into a steel trap. Well, I'm done sending out here. Me too. Where should we go? Surprised to find that Daniel still expects to spend this day with you. You were sure you'd be going back alone. That's relief. You don't want to leave it like this. Do we take the train back? Yeah. Can we be cool? Yeah. I wish you believe it. An image lingers in your mind of the beach as a perfect tide. Daniel walks just ahead of you, smiling back. So finally it crumbles between your fingers. Just another story. You have to get away from here. The island is only a deeper trench, a greater tension from which to return. Train home is late. When it arrives, it's surprisingly crowded. You and Daniel toss around generic topics and bland observations. When even these devolve into petty snipping, you ride in silence, rarely breaking from your own separate thoughts. You'd hope things would get better when you left the school. Maybe it was a mistake to go home so soon. Sometime on the island might have helped. Or maybe it would have been worse. Every possibility embarrasses you. When you get home, the whole house is dark. How's it going? Don't know, you? Don't know. Probably should have gone home, huh? This is awkward. No, we've got that trip tomorrow, and... Right. And I wanted you here, I did. Guess I thought we could talk it out. Is that what you want? I don't know, is it what you want? I don't know, I want whatever you do. Okay, well... I really need to switch out the laundry. My mom will give me hell if I don't. Go ahead. Thank you. Grief gives way to tenderness in the ailing light. Touching him is such relief, such forgiveness. Here you can speak to him. He is nowhere else. Is that good? Yeah. Before long, the ecstasy of first contact fades. The sheets grow warm and weighted on your back. You feel the unpleasant grip of sweat, unearned from efforts unfulfilled. It isn't good. It's no different than last time. Your frustration is evident in a long and coarse exhalation. What is it? Can you try it like I asked? Like you asked when? A little while ago? Millie, you can't remember exactly when you brought this up, but it wasn't that long ago. He should remember. I'm just doing what you said, Mara. Yeah, but it's not... Never mind. Can we just try it the normal way? The normal way? How we always do it? You blame yourself. You've let it go on this way too long. You didn't want to find fault in Daniel. In the beginning, it was enough to know he'd never hurt you. The lack of pain, it turns out, is extraneous to pleasure, and you're baffled to be the only one who seems to mind. But don't you think it could be even better if we tried it a different way? It seems like we're always trying it a different way. This isn't a science lab. I'm just trying to be with you. You're right. I like being with you no matter what. I like it too. No? I don't know. Should we keep going? We can if you want. But you don't think you can? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Hey, come here. I'm sorry, Daniel. What? Don't worry so much. You don't have to be sorry. I love you. Daniel has a kiss for everything. For wretched things that don't deserve him. It was in your loneliest nights through restless haze that you first found the words to write. When you are safe and wanted, you barely think about writing at all. You can drift off free from that ritual, the hypnotic prayer that rises begging behind closed eyes.